What's up, guys? We in the Bronx right here. We on Bronx Park East, right? Bronx Park West. I say East. I'm in East. I West, right? So we're at Bronx Park, and listen to tell you the truth. Let me say a little couple of inspirational words to share with your people. Y'all know the Bronx area is a high population of Hispanics and Puerto Ricans, and there's an area over the area in the Bronx where they have Jamaicans over by 223rd Street going up towards Boston. I think it's Boston Road. Boston Road, right? So yeah. So we over here and we're not, we're just touring around the Bronx area and experiencing mental health in a different perspective of the Bronx. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you the secret of the Bronx. Certain type of areas in the Bronx, you see a lot of people that are addicted to drugs and crack and cocaine. And it's been in the Bronx for actually years. And you don't realize that a lot of people don't get help for their addiction. It's an addiction that they're going through and they don't get help for their addiction. I used to take this bus. I used to take the 2 train to the Bronx every night to come to work on this area. And a lot of people in the Bronx, they're like, when you coming back? And I said, I'm being back soon. When they see me coming back here, they're happy to see me in the Bronx. I haven't been in the Bronx for a couple of days now. Last time I've been in the Bronx was on rental time where everybody's in their house while I'm walking on the street with a cold. Yeah, so that's how the winter time was. So you see in an area in the Bronx, you look at the area in a different perspective way of thinking, and I could see it in how the areas where you look at, and when you look at it, you see certain type of values of the area. So yeah. So right now this is the BX22 right here. And this will take you to Bedford Park by 205th Street. Right? And it goes here and it goes on East Fordham Road, right? Okay. So we're gonna walk straight down here. And it's 8:13 already. And we're gonna head over to the train stations right over on here, and it seems like we're early. 8:21. The next train is in 14 minutes. So I'm gonna take the next 14-minute train. The next station is Arton. Let's walk. We're not too far though. We right here. So we could just walk it down. We're not that far. I will walk it down. Yeah, we're not that far. So we headed over to the next train station. It's Parkway Parkway right here. We're up to the next station. So as I was saying, this area has been affected a lot. Especially there's a bus that we on Boston Road. So I'm going straight down Boston Road, yeah. So it affects the areas where you at. So I'm on Boston Road right now and Palm Bay Parkway. So the areas where you at, you see a lot of mental health cases, and it's pistacherones. I call it pistacherones. It's called pistacheries or pistacherones, or I don't know where the rones, but it's a rones where mental health is a struggle for people. And around this area right here is a BX12. My cousin take the BX12 to work because she works at a nursing home. Julian, she take the BX12 right here. Right? Hold on. I could take a shot of this building right here. Hold on. Alright, hold on. Walk on this block right here. Alright, let's go up. Ready? Yeah, dropping it on my phone. Yeah, so yeah. Like I was saying, there's a lot of people that's addicted to methamphetamine, crack and cocaine around this area. And it's like when you look at it differently, when you look at it, the way how I see it, bro, it's kind of weird what they're going through, you know? And I look at it in a different route. I look at it a different way of thinking. I look at it as expression. I look at it in a little way of life and thinking. But at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, listen, we're just going to work it out. We're going to work it in and we're going to make it work, you know? So, yeah. So this is an area where I'm at behind me, where is a higher population of mental health around this area. And especially when you look at it in a different perspective. So mental health is really the areas where they have cracking cocaine, methamphetamine, people's addiction. They ask for money. They dress in a dirty clothes way. They wear clothes that they wear clothes that doesn't suit them properly. And it's really the terms of how we look at it, and how we look at it is how you see it in a way of thinking, and how we look at mental health in a way of expression. So I tell people this: when you look at it in a different perspective way, I like to tell people this. Mental health is like a stationary thing that I produce a show, and everybody asks what I do for a living, and I'm going to explain to you what I do for a living. I'm a community producer. I produce footages. I tour around areas in the community, and I shoot in the community about mental health. And then one thing about the community is that when you shoot in the community, we're getting involved in what you're doing and how you do certain things. People don't realize that in a community where we at, you could see in a community that you focus more on thinking about how mental health is affecting your life cycle or your lifestyle. And I have a show on Manhattan Neighborhood Networks. For those who don't know, my show is a mental health show, and I discuss about lifestyle challenges as far as mental health is concerning. And I travel around the areas where I see mental health and where I revise mental health in a different perspective, a different tune. So at the end of the day, a lot of people say my accent make them go to the bathroom. Because me in Jamaica, I have Panamanian, so I taught patois. It broke down English. So, broke down English, so they make them want to go to the bathroom. So we're on Power Bay Parkway North and Boston Road. And make them want to urinate. So let's turn this way. So they make them want to urinate. So the thing about it is that you don't look at mental health differently. You look at it in a different perspective, a different values of what your strengths and weaknesses are as far as building. So we over by White Plains Road, and we're on the other section of the Bronx. And the other section of the Bronx, we're going to head over by the Jamaica and down Patois area, where I'm talking about Wagwan brethren and sisters, and Wagwan my peeps and what my peeps today. And where the part of the peeps there. Alright. I have an auntie and a cousin that live in the Bronx area. And they live over the last stop of the 2 train, like 241st Street. And a bunch of them are Jamaicans over there. A bunch of them over there Saturday. So we're gonna be headed over there right now. And we're gonna be walking. We're gonna enjoy the videos, and let's see how you like it. You feel me? Alright, let's do this. Oh. We're gonna turn this way. So let's do this, alright? Alright guys, we're back. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. I gotta shoot one section this way. I'll be back in about the next 10 minutes, alright? I'll be back.